Hello everyone, this is Zoltar and welcome to the final round of our third Offworld Trading Company Expansive campaign. Our labor pool looks so much nicer than it has in so long! So much nicer! So, status is, we're in first place. We have the highest stock price, yay us, by about $1. That's fantastic. That gives us a nice advantage moving into this last round, which functions more like a standard multiplayer game than what we've been seeing so far in this campaign. We are up against Alpha Upgrade Core, Gamma Upgrade Core, and Omega Espionage Core. And Alpha Upgrade Core is a bit of a threat. Thankfully, many of his unlocks are just extra HQs. He can be scientific or expansive or robotic. So that's all just fine. We don't need to worry about it too much. I believe he started as a robot. That's generally what he seems to stick to. He also gets water shipments, aluminum shipments, and steel shipments when upgrading, and has nanotech. So that's all very nice for him. Gamma Upgrade Core, far less threatening, has managed to survive with a high stock price, but hasn't won much. So, they only get 60 aluminum and 40 steel when upgrading. Less of a problem than Alpha Upgrade Core's bonuses. And then the Omega Espionage Core, well, they're a scavenger with a free metal mine, 1 EMP, and 1 underground nuke. So once again, not particularly threatening, not so much of an issue. Don't need to worry about them so much. The underground nuke and the EMP we have to watch out for. They're also a scavenger, so they're probably going to be attacking us a lot. And obviously we do have 3 opponents this game. So Black Market might be a bit of an issue, but at least Epsilon Espionage Corps didn't make it in because this guy super hates us and loves throwing Black Market at us, so that's very nice to know. Alright, on to the labor pool. We're going to get a farm. Finally, our 3rd farm. Thank you. And now I need to actually take a look at the rest of it, but what I really want to do is just grab these 3 Chem Lab engineers. We keep driving Chems insane, so we may as well take advantage of it. And then finally, I think we'll round it out with this electronics factory engineer. Our glass furnaces still at 1, which is sad because it would have been really nice. Well, we may as well also grab this elemental quarry. Anyway, glass furnaces still at 1. Steel mills at 4, which is good, but thankfully electronics factories and chem labs up at 3, so they're going to have standard production, which is good. Those will be up at a good 100%, farms at 100%, electrolysis at 100%, water a little above, and our quarries a little above. So all of this is looking quite nice, and I think we're going to be well set up to head into the last round, which is going to be on the Not Dust Storm map. So let's get started. No auctions, by the way, just want to point that out. All right, here we go. We see iron immediately that we can make use of due to our slant drilling and thinking machines that we have. And then we see a bunch of water, some carbon, not so interested in that. Let's go this way. There's going to be silicon off this way probably. So let's just check what's near it. Some aluminum is good. We really want to find some iron. If we can find some iron close to this, we might be able to get into a good spot, especially because we've already found decent water nearby as well. That's more aluminum. Most of this is probably silicon, but we'll check it anyway for iron just in case. Kind of poke up this way. We can also check around here. Really want to find that iron. This 1 iron is usable, but it's not good. It's easily attackable by an underground nuke if we choose to rely completely on it. Don't really like that iron either. We'll just keep checking around. Hopefully we don't just die because it's a terrible map at the end. That would suck. Okay, the robot has gone ahead and found it. He apparently found iron that he can make use of. Scientific, yep. There's just not very good iron in this game. The scavenger, of course, has a free metal mine, and so he took the good iron in the middle of the map, and that's just awful. Apparently we need to just get founded with bad iron. Thank you, map. I hate you. I really hate this aspect of the game, and I'm really excited for when it goes away, and if it doesn't, I'll probably stop playing eventually, because it'll make me too mad. But for now, let's just get down. No adjacent power for us this game. Very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and sell our resources, buy into this steel that we need so desperately. And this is far more of a standard game, so we can think about it in a standard game fashion. That said, we're starting significantly behind our opponents. We will have to claim this water in particular fairly quickly in order to make our general plan work, but we can't think of it the way we've been thinking about games so far. And that's very important to note. Alright, let's grab that. Still relying on solar panels completely, which is fine. We can do that just fine. Let's grab the silicon. So we're securing high water, high silicon. 3 claims left. We can move into this extra claim as well for 2,000, so 4 claims left. And let's see what else we want to grab. We could aim for some carbon, but I'm not too concerned about it. I don't see a super carbon tile anywhere. So I think instead what we'll do is just go ahead and get down our standard steel mills. We'll go ahead and grab 4 of them, and we'll just put them right over here. Try and make that work. The water shipment came in. We need to sell that down. We can go ahead and get this water pump up. We can get this silicon quarry up.
Scientific colony expanded.
And we should be set to kind of keep moving forward. Now we are still running behind, obviously, but thankfully aluminum is staying reasonably expensive for a while, and we were able to purchase up a significant amount of glass based on that to try and keep moving through the game. Now, our iron sucks, which is unfortunate. We just have terrible iron. There's no way around it. It's just a fact. Just sell off this glass to make sure we can keep our steel production up, and we're just going to try and make it work anyway. We do have slant drilling to go along with these quarries, which is potentially very nice. Going to be very difficult to shut us down completely. And already a mutiny. Where was it? On our silicon. Well, that sucks, but oh well. Let's upgrade. Now the question is farms or reactors. Both of them have good things to say for them. Let's see, our opponents, this guy has no reactors available. I am getting some real stuttering right now, and I have no idea why, guys, but I'm sorry about that, since that's probably coming through on the video as well. Well, this is rather unfortunate. My setup's completely the same as before. It might just be related to the game having some problems for whatever reason. Oh well. Not much to do about it, unfortunately. Let's just hope it resolves itself for too long. Anyway, continuing. Somebody else got nuked. Thank goodness for that. Let's sell off this water shipment we got. Oh, guys, this is going to have to fix itself soon, or it's going to be unplayable, unfortunately. But I'll try and make it through. I'll try and make it through, because I can't redo this exactly. Let's just get down the farms. I've been debating this too long. Let's get down the farms. We'll move into reactors before too long. And we'll just try and make the push to the upgrade to reactors fairly quickly. We can even add to this farm later. We'll need to think about power as we move into HQ level 4 and 5 for the future. But for the moment, I'm not too concerned about it, especially because we can potentially always move out of these metal mines and into something else. Other people getting hit by black market, always a good sign for us. Always fantastic. And let's actually make some money, why don't we? Okay. There we go. We've got the upgrade. Let's go ahead and take it. We'll put down another water pump here, and maybe one more right here, just to secure plenty of it for the entire rest of the game. And then everything else, I think, is just going to go into 3 reactors, which we'll tuck right here. Need to keep using this black market down here. We'll go ahead and grab a goon squad with it this time and just plant it on our reactor. We're hoping to expand this into something else later, maybe an engineering lab, things of that nature, but for now, it just is what it is. Underground nuke does go on to us. Where does it hit? Apparently it hit our aluminum. That's fine. Don't even a little bit care. Good job, computers, managing to find the tiles that I couldn't care less about. Scrap out of steel. Just build a couple of solar panels. Actually, that should help us with power. I don't even know if we need any of this steel online. It could all go into solar panels for all I care for the moment, and then we can figure it out later. Should check Offworld prices to see where they're at this game. Offworld's a potential huge source of cash for us. Looks like oxygen is good, and that's about it. Food's kind of okay. Mediocre, maybe. Let's actually cancel. I could scrap this solar panel. I really want to put an engineering lab down before long. But I think I may just push for an upgrade to make that happen. Upgrade only costs about 10,000. Shouldn't be too hard to get to. We do have water coming in and are able to convert it into other resources fairly effectively if the price ever goes down, which hopefully it will at some point. Alright, let's get the lab down. Could use a hacker array, not too concerned about it at this point. I really hate the hacker array, it's just such an awkward, weird building. And now I'm really just looking for off-worlds. 33,000 for an off-world. Yep, power gets EMP'd, shouldn't be any big surprise. It'll be back online eventually, guys. That's all I have to say about it. Sell off some aluminum. Why not? Just keep pushing for this off-world. 34,000 now. We're mostly just relying on this water to come in. This is why we want to go ahead and make this push now. because it's by far going to be the biggest source of money in this game. And we know that this game is going to go super long because, as you've likely noticed, you know, the stock prices have carried over. So it's 20,000 to buy one bit of stock right now. That's a lot of money, guys. It's a lot of money. Okay, hydroponic farms, not doing so hot. The engineering lab is up and running. Let's see, we talked about oxygen being good, so we'll go ahead and upgrade our oxygen production first to make sure we can keep sending plenty of that. We can go ahead and get another reactor down. The reactors are making a reasonable amount of money. The farms really aren't, but that's mostly in power, so I'm not too concerned about it. And let's hope we can just make this Offworld work. Going to need to goon squad it, I imagine. Thankfully, we do have thinking machines, just in case things get a little too hairy. We'll be able to actually sit on it and be okay, I think. Our power should recover before too long. We can consider using this power surge, getting aggressive with black market, things like that. But nobody's really making money anywhere, so I'm not sure I'm too concerned about it. This explains a lot. I didn't realize this had been blown up. I imagine it got blown up when somebody else had control of it, is what happened. And then when I got back control, I never got a signal. That would make a lot of sense, I think, if that's what occurred. Another engineering lab sounds kind of nice. We'll just put it over here. Why not? Get this Offworld sending up oxygen, please. There we are. Good start. Hopefully that'll push us to our next Offworld, and we'll be able to just ride the Offworlds to victory, because they just send so darn fast right now. Sell what we can, upgrade oxygen production again. Very straightforward game plan. Just abuse the fact that we have 2 Offworld astronauts to try and win the game. Okay, got a hacker ray down. There's an oxygen shortage, which kind of sucks, but thankfully it's not the end of the world. It's just kind of disappointing. Okay, let's grab another goon just to protect that power for the future. This power's worth a lot of money right now, and I'm kind of tired of it getting attacked. Nope.
We caught a dirty rat trying to break
We'll send
power
food
stuff.
next, I think, and that should be okay. Engineering lab is still working on upgrading our oxygen production. I don't see any reason for it to stop anytime soon, given that chems are exceptionally cheap. So that's alright. And we'll go ahead and move out of food and into glass. Food's not doing too hot. Glass is fine. Even though we make glass so badly, I think it'll still be okay. Steel shortage is kind of unfortunate. We'll just put an Offworld down now before it goes any higher. Try and use that. And let's see, we're sending food. We can keep sending food. Pretty close between oxygen and food right now. We'll actually scrap out of this aluminum and into more reactors just to make sure we can keep sending oxygen. That's my primary concern. It's really my only concern. Yeah, glass really not doing so hot. It's so hard to tell. I thought it would be enough, but apparently it wasn't to actually throw down glass. Should have thrown down electronics. We can just make the move. That's fine. We're mostly messing around a lot because we're against computers, right? They don't really know what they're doing. And it's quite clear. We can throw down another engineering lab because we can. Yeah, we have a lot of water coming in. I thought we would be using water a bit more, but we just didn't at the end of the day, so... Oh well. Go, engineering labs, go. Alright, upgrade. Let's upgrade chem production, because we're going to do that eventually, right? May as well fully research it. Thankfully, the oxygen is screaming in at this point. Could say streaming, could say screaming. I like screaming better. Sounds more enjoyable. Not for the oxygen, but for us.
Offworld shipment
Keep sending. All right, we're on $63,000, $43,000 worth of debt. Not too concerned about it. Let's see. Omega Espionage Core is attacking Gamma Upgrade Core. Gamma Upgrade Core isn't doing much of anything. It must be sitting there eating paste for the group. It's only a level 3 robotic. Alpha Upgrade Core, on the other hand, is attacking Omega Espionage Core, so the clear course of action, given all of these factors, is going to be to attack Alpha Upgrade Core. And of course, we are against computers, so there is no stock delay.
Offworld shipment
Important sort of thing to remember.
Look at all the money.
And we'll just try and work with what we've got. Unfortunately, a lot of our oxygen production is frozen, but when it's online, it's doing fantastic work for us, so that's okay. Let's see. We can upgrade power if we want to. Sounds fun. Let's do it. Man, we made chems expensive very, very quickly. All right, there we go. Power fully upgraded, researched. Okay, let's scrap out of this little bit of power, though. We'll move it into an electronics factory, because that sounds kind of useful. Never stop sending Offworld.
Look
Never
at all
stop.
the money.
Go, 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 go. Okay, we're good. Now, thankfully, we've been letting them buy into each other fairly significantly. That's going to make everything just easier for us, because after we acquire this guy, oh, look, we magically have stock. How wonderful is that? Standard game stuff. And we're making a ridiculous amount on power. We're making a lot off these off-worlds. It's all going rather well. We could move into chems. Probably will if the game goes long enough.
Look at all the Offworld shipment launched.
But it pretty much means moving out of power if we do that. And I don't know if that's going to be necessary, because quite frankly, the game's just about over. As long as these off-worlds keep launching, I think after these last 2 off-world launches, that's just going to be the game. Look at how ridiculous off-worlds are when they send double rate. I'm making so much oxygen a second, right? 10 oxygen a second right now. Still can't keep the price down.
Offworld shipment
And there it is. The end of the
Look at all the
campaign.
money.
There you go, guys. That was fairly straightforward, easy victory. Computers aren't very good at the game. I would love to be able to do this kind of thing against players, but I don't know if that's going to actually happen anytime soon, and hopefully it would be at least interesting for other people to see all this. Interestingly enough, I think this is the first game ever where I have legitimately lost money on World. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe I managed to actually lose money off World, but here's the thing. We still made $483,000 that game. More than enough to finish them all off, especially considering... Well, actually, I wouldn't say more than enough. Obviously, just enough to finish them all off, right? Just a thought. Anyways, especially considering they were buying stocks into each other. Very, very helpful that they felt like being. Could have made chems instead of electronics. Might have been a slightly better decision. I just didn't anticipate exactly how high we were driving that chem price, so... oh well. 10 off-world launches. That was not a very long game, guys. 10 off-world launches. That's so crazy. Let's look at what the computers were doing. Let's see. This, I think, was Paste Eater, who wasn't getting much done. He sold steel. Congratulations. Good job on that front, man. Good money making. This guy, he also sold steel. I'm starting to sense a trend here. This guy, he sold carbon. Interesting. They're really good at selling their base resource if it goes up in price. That could explain the difficulty they have in upgrading. Alright guys, thankfully the stutter went away eventually. I have no idea what did that, but hopefully that resolved itself by the end of the video. That is going to go ahead and wrap up the campaign. As we can see, we won on turn 8, even though there is no turn 8, but whatever, it's fine. With a nice massive stock price and the leftovers from the old labor pool. That's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this campaign. You can probably look forward to me doing some other stuff, and once again, you know, some other like scavengers, maybe some robotic, maybe some scientific. We'll do probably one of them at some point in the fairly near future. Once again, this was the development build, the internal build for the game. So this is maybe a glimpse at how things might look in the future, or at least something similar to this. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.